Yo, I don't know if y'all been able to tell, but I'm at a spot right now. I'm in a spot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna try to be as transparent with y'all as possible. So, I just want to tell y'all something. I hope this encourages y'all because I want y'all to understand how much God loves us, and I want to talk about the second coming and when Jesus returns. I want to talk about that in a moment, but I just want to give y'all a little testimony here. So I've been in a spot lately where sometimes the past does come up, and I start thinking about certain things, certain people, and it's almost like I've been in bondage because of certain things, right? It's almost as if I've been, let's say, it's almost as if I've been like plagued with these memories and like hopes that wishing that something else could have happened, wishing that I've made certain decisions before. I'm not gonna say names or specify too much, but I'm gonna say there's a specific person, uh, and there's a specific opportunity that I did not take. And what's up, Ashley? I'll check it out. And there's an opportunity I didn't take, and now I'm like, yo, literally everything could have changed if I took these opportunities, and this person's life could have been way more closer to God, possibly even if I made certain decisions. And what I realized is I think the reason why these memories are constantly coming back is because God is teaching me one thing, and that one thing is this. Because see, a lot of people, when they look at Jesus' second coming, they're like, "Oh, Jesus is gonna avenge our blood. He's gonna take out all of our enemies. He's gonna wipe it all out. We're gonna be out of here. We're gonna forget these suckers in this world. Forget all that. We out of here." But they never look at it from the lens of God. And what I realized just a second ago, which is the reason why I'm doing this live stream, is that I think the reason why I keep having these memories and having these moments, especially as of recent, regarding to certain situations, is because God is trying to teach me, for one, not only how to, but also how it feels to have to let somebody go who you love, right? God is starting to, through this, help me understand how to let go, what it takes to let go of somebody who you love, right? And I thought about this, and it's not a coincidence. This came to me. That's exactly how Jesus feels. Because God has just showed me the extent of what it feels like to lose somebody who you love, or to have to let somebody go who you love, right? And it's like you can't leave. People think after Jesus' second coming, he's going to be happy that, especially in Judgment Day, you think that God's going to be happy about saying, depart from me, because evil is no longer a thing anymore at that point, right? But God loved each and every single one of you. He loves each and every single one of the people he created. He loves everybody. But even God himself has to love us enough sometimes to let us go. And then I don't know what to say, really. Right? Yeah. I really don't know. I think I said enough already in this 5 minutes. You need to understand that God loves you so much that he sent his, and I know you hear it all the time, John 3:16 is the most famous verse in the entire Bible. We all know. But I want you to understand the extent of how precious Jesus' blood is. He spilt it even for the people who he would have to let go. And we are all created in God's image. So if even you yourself struggle with letting certain people go who you love, how much more do you think it burdens the Lord himself to have to let go his own creation, to let go people who he loves? Right? But yeah, God has definitely been teaching me something, and I don't know if that's really the reason why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling, but like, I'm like, no joke, this came to me this like just a few minutes ago before I started this live stream. I was like, yo, like, God loves us so much, and some of his own people leave him because of the things of this world. Like, you gotta stop sometimes to think. You gotta stop to yourself sometimes to think, like, heck, like, how God has to deal with the whole world. He loves everybody the same. He loves all of us with indescribable love. And some of his own people still leave him. And he has to love them enough to let them go. You think about it. Have you ever lost something that you love? Have you ever lost an opportunity? Have you ever lost or missed a chance with somebody you love? Or have you ever what's the word? I can't even explain it. Have you ever had to let go of somebody who you love, right? Because once you understand that, you realize that no matter how much you let go, no matter how much you let go, you will always in your heart still love that person, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's a person, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's a pet. I don't know. But you will always have a place in your heart to love that person or that thing or that pet or whatever, right? You will never be able to get that out of your mind. Like, you love this person, you love this pet, you love this thing, and you have to let it go. And just tonight, even yesterday, God just showed me how hard that actually is to do. And I asked God for comfort regarding my situation, and for, basically some proverb about it. And he basically told me, this is how I feel because so many of my own people leave me. This is how I feel. This is how I felt when a third of my own angels left because of Lucifer's deception. This is how I feel on a daily basis. Because no matter how far down you've gotten, I still love you so much. I want you to come back. I want you to be part of this kingdom. I want you to be a king or a queen in my kingdom. I want you to live with me in glory for all eternity. That's why I sent my son, and yet people still reject me. I literally made it so easy for them to accept me so they can go into the kingdom of heaven. I sent my son to die for them, and they still fled away from the truth. I sent my son to die for them, and they still don't want to accept the life that they can have through him. I literally made it so easy so that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. But they don't want life. And one day judgment is coming, and I'm going to have to say this. I'm going to have to say, depart from me. I never knew you. Imagine having to let go of somebody in that way. Imagine having to say that to someone who you love. I got a thing right here. Not too long ago, it said that sometimes it's the smallest things you can do that can save a life. It's the smallest things you can do to save a life. And part of this that's built up inside me is a feeling of regret, but it's also a feeling of, man, I could have done better, and yes, I also better do better from now on. Because I cannot miss an opportunity like some of the opportunities that I've missed in my past. For one, to build a really good relationship with somebody, or build more connections, or be able to be more social, or anything else of that sort. But also that I could have brought this person to Christ, and this person could right now be saved. And yes, I'm referring to a specific person right now, but I don't want to talk about too much about it. If you want to talk to me about it, we can talk personally. My DMs are open. You know, you can email me, and yeah, you know what I mean. But I missed a huge opportunity. I missed a really good connection, and I missed a really good chance to minister to somebody and bring somebody so close to Christ. And God loves that person too. It's crazy because when you think about it, when it's hard to let someone go because you love them so much, and you always have that place of love for that person or that thing in your heart, you start to understand this one thing. You start to understand God's point of view when he says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. God says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Yo, I gotta end it, y'all. Okay.